Hello everybody, I'm Eirdís. I'm an Icelandic Chinese artist. I make art to explore my brain. And we are live right now. I don't have my headphones on, so I have no idea if you can even hear me properly. And yeah, it's gonna be very quiet. It's gonna be very quiet. I would have loved to use my computer to watch something today while doing this live stream, but my computer charger's not here with me right now, so we are just going to go ahead and draw, and I might not even be talking to you most of the time, so it's gonna be quiet. And if you want to follow along with the process, you are welcome. I will probably be moving you a little bit closer to my artwork in a little bit. We're just gonna first get a little charged right now, so if you stay a little longer, you'll get to see some close-ups, and we will chat later. All right. Okay, so we're just going to be silently painting for a little bit, and then we start maybe chatting a little later. It's a mess. As you can see, we have created ourselves quite a mess, but we like mess in here. We enjoy it. It's fun. Okay. Where is the crayons? Oh, it's here. Okay. I'm gonna need to get the sharpener. Hello, user random alphabet. What's up? Okay, so unfortunately, I'm probably not going to be chatting very much in this video. I'm just going to be creating, so if you want to be making music at the same time, feel free. And then towards, I don't know, I'm going to charge my phone for a little bit, and then later I will bring it closer so you guys can see what I'm doing a little bit close up, and then we might chat a little bit then. But I'm just going to be silent for some time, so you guys make yourself comfortable if you want to join me in this chat. But yeah, it's probably going to be mostly silent, so you can put on music on your side. And also, I don't have my headphones on right now, so yeah. And this whole studio setup is very quaint, as you've seen with my studio in Beijing. It's larger, but I actually quite like this setup right now. Anyway, we're just gonna have fun. Okie dokie. Yeah, I'm quite excited about that. Let's just, if you guys want to be drawing, or you know, use some of this creative energy in what you're doing, feel free to do so. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to see your comments mostly because we are going to be busy and you're a little far away from me, so. I think I'm going to make this piece have a moment of calm. here. Hello everyone. Hey, okay, I'm gonna quickly check what you guys have written. Awesome, yeah, I'm totally gonna be doing my thing. Oh, hello from Italy, BNWR. We can actually, oh, that's wonderful. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I would use my new mic, but I would, sup guys? I would use my new mic, but I'm charging, so please like and yes, thank you. Oh my god, my mod is the best. What up? What up? Okay, feel free to entertain people in the chat. I'm not gonna be able to see you guys in the chat, unfortunately, and you can't really see any close-ups, but I need to charge my phone, so in a little bit, I'll bring you guys a little bit closer, but I'm also, it's gonna take me some time to get into a flow state. I think I'm going to be going live for quite some time tonight. My goal is to go to sleep at 3 a.m. It's 11 p.m. Probably gonna take me about some time to get into a good creative state. And anyway, we're gonna be here for a while, so let's go, let's go, let's go. What is my... We got a cleaning sponge, which I've been using for my paintings. Very useful. Okay, just looking over what I have. Excellent, just lots of dirty crayons. Beautiful. And we have a silver, where's my whites? Well, somewhere. I guess they're just lost somewhere. That's weird. Maybe it's on the table. Alright, cool. I'm gonna moisturize my hands. Let's see. Heck yeah! I love it. I love that user. Random Alphabet is helping. Brian's helping. AA. Yes! Oh my gosh. Thanks. You're awesome. Heck yeah. You're doing great. Wow. Damn, we're like actually a team. Sick. Okay. Someone has pointed out that I drink a lot of Diet Cokes. I didn't drink one yesterday, and I didn't drink one day before yesterday, but we're staying up a little bit late tonight, so I'm just gonna give myself a little, I don't know, there's a little bit of caffeine in here, so it's gonna wake me up a little bit, and yeah. I've already worked on this piece quite a bit, but I think I'm gonna work on it some more, basically. I actually had a really nice, you know what, I'm just gonna start a tangent since you guys can hear me. I can't see the chat, but I'll just talk. I had a crazy day. So here in Japan, like years ago in 2022, we met this guy like during my art fair. We went to a party, a house party, and this guy created somewhat of a spiritual like energy bubble. It was a really trippy experience with the weirdest instruments, and everyone sat together, held each other's hands, and it was really weird. It's not something usually that just happens, but I remember that night vividly, and the guy that was leading that whole experience, we bumped into him today, like at a traffic light, and we're like, oh my god, is that the guy? And he looks really interesting. Like, he has a crazy sense of fashion. his tattoos on his neck, like he's really tatted up, his hair is really interesting, and you know, really fun jewelry, everything's just like, he stands out, you know. And anyway, I ended up being that guy from a few years ago. And so basically the day was spent hanging out with him. And he has a fashion brand, and he also was going to a gallery. So I had just found out that the museum that I was hoping to see today was closed on a Monday, which, like, what the heck? Why is a museum closed on a Monday? Like, excuse me. Excuse me. I mean, I understand people usually have normal jobs and stuff, but I'm not okay with that. Like, like, nah, you know? I really want to go to. So anyway, we bumped into him, and then ended up just going to his gallery, or his friend's show. And he bought some like jewelry that made it look like he had a snake bite and fangs. Like, people have really interesting styles here in Tokyo. He fits right in, right? So yeah, the day was just crazy, really awesome. Then we went to this restaurant, and the restaurant was so fun. It had like E.T. stuffed animals, the Moomin elves playing on the TV, robots all over the place. I had Ted, the teddy bear from the movie Ted. Yeah, basically it was a really good time. Essentially. And now we are here. I had the choice to not come back to the studio tonight or come back to the studio tonight, and ended up deciding to hang out with you guys, even though I can't see what the chat is saying. Yeah, so I made that choice today. It was really fun. I'm trying right now to use some blue. You can't really see it, but maybe later you guys, I'll let you in on it. And I actually wonder if you can hear my voice better when I'm talking into the phone like this. I mean, obviously the phone is far away from me, but, or when I have my headset on, like, which is actually a better effect. And yeah, this is awesome. I still don't know if the blue is gonna stick. I just kind of want to try it out briefly. I think for now, like, maybe it works. I'm gonna go into it with gray to see if it kind of mutes it a little bit. I saw some mobility exercises like online for people over 30, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I'm at that age where it's like people over 30 is a thing. Like, there are different exercises for people over 30 than people under 30. Like, are we for real right now? That's a little depressing. Alright, I will definitely get to your comments in the chat later. I know that user Random Alphabet is doing a sick job helping out. Really appreciate it. It's been really nice having a partner in these videos. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so I'm loving this blue, especially when I put gray over it. It mutes it, so it kind of just looks like a cool toned gray, which I love. Okay, so I think I'm gonna basically finish this piece today. And that might take a while, but I think it'll be worth the time. Yeah, it's beautiful. Love it. I was thinking, I was like, you know, should I go live if I'm gonna not really be interacting with the chat for a lot of this live? Or even maybe I'll be quiet a little bit of the time, right? And then I thought, I was like, you know what? There are girls sleeping in their lives, and apparently there's abuse. I'm like, I'm just gonna go live and see what happens. 2 days ago, I went live, and it was a massive fail, sadly, because I tried horizontal for the first time, and yeah, basically nobody saw it. So I think the horizontal lives don't show up in you guys' feed, which is very sad. But at least at some point I would have tried it, you know. So we didn't really get any engagement yesterday, but you know, my homies were on the live chat with me, and ultimately we are like building a community here. So I'm just happy that you guys are continuously with me in these chats as we test out all these different things. Also shout out to Brian or Random Alphabet user name, Random Alphabet, Random Alphabet, okay, Random Letter Alphabet, for making an Instagram account and having the courage to finally post his music. Like, yeah, we kind of have to, you know. Okay, this blue is kicking. This blue is kicking. Loving it, loving it. Well, you know, I don't know how I do what I do, but we do what we do. It just works. Something I've been really loving to do recently has been to draw smiles on everything. Make everything smile. Okay, since we're going in with blue, I might as well look for some more shades of blue. Let's see how that works. Ooh, no. No. Alright. I messed something up, so it's probably time for me to have a look at the group chat. Something. Basically, you guys have done this before, I'm sure. I messed something up in my pencil sharpener, so we need to find a way. I'm gonna go get my earring. In case anyone's curious what I'm doing, I'm basically trying to remove this thing inside my thing. I can't imagine why this would be interesting to watch, but I thought, why not do this in front of you guys and show how clumsy I am with my really long nails. Which, by the way, you have to use coins to pay in Tokyo a lot, and every time it's been very fun with these nails. That's sarcasm if you can't tell. But yeah, I had a really splendid day today. Honestly, it was very charging. It's really not working, but I'm determined to make this work. Let's just try. Heck, this is so stuck. Can I, like, take this out? No, jeez. Who designed this? I'm literally destroying an entire earring for this. What the heck is going on, even? This is so disappointing. Okay, one is out, but I feel like there's more stuck. Yeah, my feeling is correct. So 2 things are stuck in here. Okay, wonderful. I think we're basically... Ah, great. Brand new. Okay, let's check the chat. Okay, let's see. Ooh, look at that. Yep, follow me on Instagram to see my art. How am I? Hey, J King. What is going on? I'm making art. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. I am getting into flow state. I'm working my way into it. Viewers usually work on their own art as she's working on hers. Yes, exactly. You know what up, user. Random alphabet. Thank you, D Silva. You can definitely check out my work on Instagram. You can see it in my shorts, but I'm honestly just being very silly in my shorts. Hey, Afreen. Oh, hey, what's up? You can draw alongside me while I'm drawing. Mernie Gonzalez. Maybe that's more the pronunciation. Yeah, you guys can bond in here while I can't see your chat the whole time. Nice drawing. Thank you, Mernie Gonzalez. Thank you. I think I'm at a point now where, like, yeah, myself when I was younger would have said that I would have wanted to be more like myself, like, today. So I'm kind of proud of that. It's maybe not the norm, you know, my life is definitely not the norm, but I think younger me would look up to me now. Absorb the creative ambiance. Exactly, Brian. Yeah, I'm having a wonderful day, actually. Past few months had a lot of difficult days, and I would say it's up and up now. You gotta get a small screwdriver yet just to loosen the blade regularly. Yeah, gosh, you know, it's like the things you have to buy to keep your stuff in a good condition. Seems very annoying. Alright, I am now back. I have some blues in my hand, I have some grays in my hand. I'll be careful now with the sharpening process, actually. Is my heater not working? I want to be really warm right now. I'm in the mood to just be warm. And then when I get too warm, I'm going to start complaining. So my charger was not here in the studio. So upon arriving, I had to go to the convenience store to buy a charger, but they only had, the first convenience store I went to only had a cable. So I was like, okay, I think I have the port in the studio. So I bought the cable, and then I came back to the studio and realized, like, oh no, I don't have the port. So then I had to walk all the way to a different convenience store, and then that convenience store didn't only have the port. And I was like, I don't want another cable with a port. Like, you could only buy the cable and the port at this convenience store. So then I was like, oh, fine. And then, because I honestly just don't want to have 3 cables, I walked all the way back to the other convenience store, and luckily he still had my receipt, so I returned it. It's like, thank you. I just don't need more cables in my life. So I think I have several cables in China as well, and it's like, I just don't want to waste. But it was a little bit annoying, honestly, having to just go back and forth like that. I was not feeling like it, and I just wanted to start my stream, start drawing, and yeah. So now we are drawing, and my hands are dirty because these crayons are just nasty. Because I would always be painting, like doing oils while I use these. This is so fun. I'm loving these. Okay, wait. Guys, homies, let me show you something. Okay, so how many people are on my chat? Cool. I gotta show you guys something cool since you guys are my fam. Okay. So these were some of the first pieces from my series. From this like chaos series, okay? And how did it happen? I was going through a tough time last year. Something really devastating happened to a family member, and I was under a lot of emotional stress, very worried and anxious, and I took a pen and paper and I just started scribbling like crazy. And next thing you know, I started seeing all these things in there, and I was like, wow, this is a whole world. This is crazy. So it became a whole series, and I was like, this is amazing. It's just overlapping. And so this is like a collection I have, and this is going to be in the show. And now we're just making like larger versions of this collection. But it's quite exciting. It's quite exciting if you ask me. And yeah, and I'm showing you guys before I have ever exhibited it anywhere else. How cool is that? It looks kind of like tires, but the thing is you can look closer and closer and there's just more and more details, you know? This was probably one of the earlier ones as well. Check it out. Yeah. All right. And then I'll show you guys one more, and then this one is a little lighter, but it's cute. It's very cute. It's got ink, it's got multiple materials. Yeah, it's not cheap, guys. It's not cheap. All right. Let's see. Thank you guys. Okay, I'm gonna go through everything. Absorb the yes, totally draw with me. I think you can feel the energy through the phone. Dark side's here. Hello. I do have biceps. You know what? I'm gonna do some push-ups in front of y'all. Capricorn purchasing experience. Wait, what do you mean? Again, Coke. You just got rid of your cold and having tea now, Coke. Yeah, you know what? I didn't drink Coke the last 2 days, so it's improvement. Yeah, I literally mentioned you. Your life is so much better. Oh, wait. That makes me sad. It's nice. It's nice to have on wall. I mean, yeah, I am very appreciative that I can draw every day. I feel like I never really grew up from kindergarten in a way. Depending on who you talk to, they might have different opinions on that. Or I don't want to grow up. I mean, yes, of course, be more responsible, but I think, like, I still love all the things I loved when I was in kindergarten. Yes, these are exclusive. People interfering with my shit. My mind is artsy at all. Okay, I'm gonna do some push-ups, okay? But yeah. It is very trippy. I'm not gonna lie, my brain works in a very abstract way. So for me, this represents reality because everything just overlaps everything, you know, different perspectives at all times. And yeah, I'm a little bit of a nerd, but I hope that my stuff is just cool enough for people to
like feel and like, even if they maybe don't, they have a different perspective, but they see it in different lights, because I think it's very much open to interpretation. Yeah, exactly. Wow, look at you, natural. You're a natural, Brian. No, I'm not a math genius. I mean, actually, I was quite good when I was younger, but I like numbers. Okay, let's do some push-ups, guys. Let's do it. Okay, wait. How many can I do? 10. Okay, that was 25. My face is probably very red, so I'm facing away from the camera. Okay. I have one more look at the chat, and then I'm gonna go back to my flow. Thank you, Arok. You know, dark side, those are pretty dark. It's pretty much like your username. Yeah. I'll make some products here and there. Right now, like, I honestly need to expand my team to help me out with products, but I want to have a wide range of price ranges for people to afford, so they can have a piece of my world, collect different pieces of my world. I mean, that's the goal. I'm still panting. Okay, how many posts? I just did 25. Heck, yeah. That's how I get my arms. I mean, honestly, I don't really ever do push-ups. I used to be a pro tennis. I mean, I used to play pro tennis for my country, but it's a very small country. We only have 360,000 people in my country, so I don't know if that counts. You know, but hey. And my family, my mom's side of the family, we're all gymnasts. I don't really get that gene, but I do love sports. So I don't have flexibility like her family does. So I ended up playing tennis instead. I know I don't have great posture when I'm drawing. Okay, let's try to get some good posture going today. Fine. I hear your judgments. Yes, after the cough, drink some Diet Coke. Exactly. I hear your judgments. Okay, so I don't know, kind of like having a little bit more blue on the bottom area just to split things up a little bit. So let's do that. Let's do. Okay, so I have been thinking about maybe taking an acting course online, mostly for my own growth. Like, I feel like it's always good to learn something new, and I've always been curious. I've always wanted to see, you know, what that experience was like. And I got a recent taste of it, and it was so much fun that I'm like, maybe I'd give this a shot. I experienced every array of emotion on such a frequent basis that I'm like, and I'm such a chameleon by nature. I feel like my personality changes all the time. But like maybe I should just take an acting course and see, even if it's just cathartic and a nice release for past wounds. Honestly, I almost feel sick of myself with that because I feel like I've released so much of my wounds, probably more than the average person for sure. I've spent a good deal of time working on my psychology to the point that I've been hosting my own healing workshops. But the truth is, monks don't just stop meditating. People that are therapists, that literally help other people with their healing, they still have therapists. And if anything, like especially I'm thinking therapists or healers or whatever, they tend to be very sensitive, so they really need a consistent base of that in order to be able to continuously hold that space for other people. I forgot why I mentioned that. I'm actually talking to my therapist tomorrow. You guys know everything about my personal life. It's wonderful. This has been my case study for myself because I usually like to keep these things. I'm a very open, private person. Okay, actually I don't know if I would say I'm a private person. No, yeah, like I don't really, like in my real life, I feel like you know, if I go out, I feel like I have a public persona that I carry, but then I kind of am a total loner. I'm a total loner. So it's like, I don't think it's easy to like get close to me. Cause I'll maybe just have one, like I get really quality time with people and then next thing you know, I don't see them for years, or it becomes really difficult for me to like, yeah, I guess I don't really socialize that much in a sense. Or, yeah, I guess periodically, kind of depends. And then I keep a lot of things to myself as well, even though I seem very open. I have such a blind spot. It's really funny when I'm talking about myself and my personality, I'm like, wait, am I like that? Or no, I'm not like that. Heck, I feel like it's like I don't really know how I actually am. I have a Gemini moon. So I pretty much am just like, it just depends on the day what you're getting. But I think that's why I make art, because I'm like, okay, well you can see, this is me. This is me. I might verbally say I'm this way, but then you see my work and you're like, damn, well that's hectic. That's you? Holy crap, you are insane, girl. What? Well, that's me. That's me. I'm a little bit cray-cray. But I don't know, I'd like to think I'm also down to earth. A little cray-cray, but down to earth, you know? So yeah. So like you. Okay, so like yeah. Do I not have a black crayon around here somewhere? I must have a black crayon around here somewhere. Well, apparently not. Well then, maybe I just use pencil. So tomorrow is my last night here in Tokyo before I go to Shanghai. Remember how I wasn't sure if I wanted to go to the art fair because I was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be so exhausting. I decided to do it because YOLO. Because YOLO. So it's happening. It's happening. Alrighty. And this blue is just so beautiful. Wow, I love it. Wow, I love it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, I'm obsessed. What if I just started singing and like turning this into a theater show? This is just simply a masterpiece. I love it. Okay, I need to just sometimes stretch my feet, so if I do silly actions, it's just because I'm stretching. You know? Love these random lights. Oh, so nice, so nice. If anyone says, I could have drawn this, I'll just be like, well, do it. Do it. I don't want to hear about it. Just be about it. I won't even be angry if you did it, you know? Just do it. Just do it. It'll be okay. Hey, hey, hey. Just do it. Do 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 do. Just do it. Da da da. Okay. We're gonna do something really bold. We're gonna take this blue and we're just gonna be like, beautiful. Gorgeous. She's so beautiful. I can't even. I just can't. I just can't even. Like, how is she so beautiful? Like, wow. Like, oh my god. You know, see, I'm literally bringing good energy to my artwork because I feel like once this is exhibiting, people are gonna feel it. They're gonna be like, why did I just feel so good when I'm looking at this dark piece? Because I'm feeling good drawing her. They're not gonna know. I don't think they're gonna watch these live streams, you know? Chances are they're not. But hey, but hey, 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 hey. But hey, 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 but hey. Also, I love my neighbors so much because they never come home until like 3 a.m. So they've not been complaining about me talking to myself here every night. Well, they don't know that I'm talking to you guys, but we know. We know I'm not totally mad. Or am I? Damn. It's just a gorgeous blue. I love this blue. What a beautiful blue. I think I've like left you guys hanging for like ages now. I know, I trust that User Random Alphabet is doing a killer job with the promos, with reminding y'all to check out my art, my Instagram, because that is where you can actually see that I do this for real. Because I think on my YouTube, it just looks like, I don't actually know what it looks like.
I haven't really done like conscious branding here at all. This has been my breaking the mold experimentation here on YouTube. And for those of you new, actually let's check out, before I start storytelling, I'm repeating myself. Let's see how many. Okay. Wait, all right. Let's go through the chat, shall we? Ooh, we got 14 likes. Brian, you killing it. You killing it. Ooh, we got 80% battery. Okay. How many push-ups can I do? I actually don't know. I feel like I could do 30. Maybe I could do more. It would just start getting really, really slow. Hope everyone's having a good day. Hi, Troll Sauron. It's freaking cold here. Damn, really? Is it cold in India? What? Really? The Coke here is like 130 yen, I think, or 120 yen. Maybe 130. It's pretty cheap. Most people think you need to hit the gym. I just have a steel bar. I really don't even do push-ups often, but I usually can when I do it. Yeah. I think it's less than $2 here to drink a Coke. It's like 1.8 or something. Or $2, I don't know. Yesterday I was reading a news article about AI using mental health therapy as perp. Did we talk about self-harm and suicide people spend? Wow. It's nice to know that AI information is not, sorry guys, I'm like on the other side reading. It's not, you know, protected AI than a person to talk to. Information to use AI and its true potential, and unfortunately, that's not in the instruction manual. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you'd have to do some more research for that. In India, many colleges promote their own AI chatbot, which help to keep track of students' mental health by the way they interact, and it also... Oh, that's cool. I did not know that. I've been wondering about kids. Anyone joining the chat right now would be like, wait, I'm just... There's no human in the chat, but they're talking. Yes, because I'm looking at it behind. And give generalized remedies like exercise, medication, but for... Oh, wow, okay. What the heck? Oh, 3 cents in India to buy a Coke? Wow. That's insane. I think it's more like $3 in America, honestly. That is hilarious. I'm not really a white girl, to be honest. I mean, I grew up between China and Iceland. What does that make me? Because I feel like white girl energy is an American thing. But, you know, I'll take it, whatever. I like acting white girl, and I do love white girl foods and stuff. Yeah, I do love my stuff. I love doing what I do. I'll be just back in a minute. Cool. Courtroom artist was arrested today, but not sure why. Details are sketchy, like the stream. Yes, heck yeah, everybody. You guys are awesome. 16 likes already. Brian, you are killing it, because I'm not even like... I'm not able to look at the comments very much. Redford is the place where your PM addressed national... I'm gonna say your response to the white woman comment, but I knew it would sound better coming from you. Yeah, I feel like you really know me well now. Actually, I remember in America, I was talking to... I don't know if it's politically correct to say a black dude, but like it was my friend's boyfriend. But like, I mean, he's a cool guy, although politically we had very different opinions. And again, this is not a political chat, I don't care, but this was before Trump got elected, and he was like all pro-Trump, and he was kind of like talking about his opinions, and I was like, okay, you know, like I'm very open-minded. I've lived in many countries, right? So I'm like, I understand that people just have different views. And then I said my views, and he was like, oh my gosh, that's because you're a white girl. And I was like, bro, like, you're American. I'm not American. Like, to me, we don't, like,
where I don't know, like where I come from, we don't really do that kind of like, we don't have to racially like do that. There's not really like, everyone in Iceland is white. Do you know what I mean? Like Scandinavia is the white, like every person, like most people in Scandinavia is white and blonde. I'm not even blonde. My dad has blonde hair and blue eyes. I'm not. I'm Asian in Iceland. And then when I'm in China, I'm still not white. I'm just like half Chinese. So I'm like, I'm not a white girl. I just speak with this accent because I mimic you guys, or mimic accents really well. But I didn't even grow up here. But you know, fair enough. You see me through the lens that you can understand me, because you don't understand that I grew up in a very different cultural circumstance as you. But fair enough. But yeah, he got really heated. He got really. And then later on, I found out from my friend that he owned a gun and he would take his gun everywhere. And I was like, are you kidding me? You allowed me to have a political debate with your ex? They're not together anymore, obviously. And he was carrying a gun. I was like, why did you let him come into our house? Like, what the heck? What? What? And he called me white girl. I'm just kidding. I don't even care about that. Because the next day after that, on the subway, some dude freaking like yelled at me and called me Asian. And I was like, listen, decide if I'm white or Asian, or, you know, can I just not, I'm basically neither, right? I'm basically just like human, or maybe not even human. Anyway, I just went on a tangent, but y'all know what I mean. I think at this point I just don't care to belong anywhere. I just belong to myself, and people can just suck it up. And I mean, the thing is, people are still always going to want to box you in. That's just how it works, because they can't understand if you are not. If you're like, you know, just because I might, yeah, I know, like I easily look American, right? Because everyone's, it's a melting pot situation there. And in fact, I look more American than, I mean, I guess I could be Hispanic. People have thought I'm Hispanic. I'm like, I don't know Latino blood in me, but I understand. When I was in Turkey, people thought I was Turkish. People have thought that I'm Russian. However, from the places that I'm actually from, aka Iceland and China, no one thinks I'm Chinese. No one thinks I'm Icelandic when I'm there. Yeah, I know that some of you guys probably relate to what I'm saying. It's a very particular kind of experience. It can be traumatic for some people that are sensitive, and like I feel, honestly, it doesn't, like, I'm kind of over all of that at this point, but like I think it's just wonderful at this point. I'm like, you know what, I just am different. And I think the last few years have been especially empowering, because I think previous to that I wanted to be like everyone else. I think my whole life I was just trying to fit in. I'd be like, I would try to speak like everyone else. I would try to wear what everyone else was wearing. I would just not try to stand out. And I'm over it. I'm just like, yeah, I don't think, truthfully, not many people have had my experience. And I know lots of people can say the same, but it's like, yeah, it's like, just be yourself, you know? Don't feel ashamed that maybe you're different from other people. Don't be ashamed of that. And I don't say that in like an egocentric way, because obviously, like I said, I've had a hard time with this. Like, it doesn't feel good when people don't get you. All you want is understanding. You want people to understand you, right? But at some point, you're just like, you know what? Just find your crowd. Don't try to fit into every single crowd when you don't necessarily belong in that crowd, you know? Yeah, and then the more we give less shits, the better everything becomes. And just, yeah. That's all I have to say. Preach. Gosh, and like years ago, I don't know, me talking this way, I would have been triggering. I'd be like, oh my gosh, who do I think I am for speaking? But it's like, honestly, like, I think I've tried to make myself so small in my life, and there's nothing wrong because we are all the main characters of our lives, right? And we need to just start living in that. Like, we need to start to just own it. I am the main character of my life. I'm amazing. You might not like me. Well, you're not like, I don't even care whether you like me or not. And I think it's also just the goal is maybe to get to a place where you do like yourself. And that can be quite the process. I didn't always like myself. In fact, I probably hated myself. Okay. I hated myself most of my life. I think I started realizing that I didn't want to continue living on hating myself since it's a long time ago. Man, I think like maybe 8 years ago, 7, 8 years ago was when I really was like, okay, something needs to change. I don't want to keep being this person that I don't like. Who do I need to become so that I'm proud to be me? And then I started sort of dreaming in many ways of the person that I've become today, but hey, it has been work. It has been effort. There's still some things there's definitely things that I could work on. Like, I have an impulse control problem when it comes to things like Diet Coke and sugar. That's probably my worst. Yeah, and then also I would like to get to a point where I'm working out in the mornings every day or every other day, and then having like a really good schedule. But right now I do kind of slack a little bit like with that stuff. So there's still things, obviously that I can improve on, but for the most part, like, I'm pretty, I like myself, I think if I met myself on the streets, I'd be like, she's nice. I like this person, and like, she seems to have it together, and she seems to know what she wants, She probably doesn't like to waste time. I don't like to waste time. And she's cool. This girl is cool. So, may this be a tangent that makes you reflect on yourself. Like, do you like yourself? And if you don't, you can change it. You can be someone else tomorrow. You can change it in a minute. Maybe not a minute. Take a few minutes to think about it. I can't even see you guys' chats, but I said that in a very casual way, but there's been a long process that I've had to go through to get to this place. And I know that I'll only, with time, care less and less. And I love knowing that. It makes me excited about getting older. That's why we got some younger folks in the crowd, Life gets better when you get older because you just care less, especially as a girl. Maybe nowadays it's, become less traditional, but there were just so many, like, girls don't behave like this. Make yourself small. Make the guy feel, there's all this stuff, and it's like, you just be concerned with being amazing and loving yourself and being boldly you. And if someone doesn't like it, doesn't mean that you're not great. But this is not something that women are taught. Like, you're pretty much taught to make yourself small. And nah. Just nada. Just not here for that. What I am here for is this drawing. I love this drawing. And this drawing loves me. And I just need to be really careful that I don't smudge this drawing. It's just gorgeous. Alright, I think want to go check out you guys' chats, but I also don't want to break the flow because I actually want to be a bit productive today because tomorrow's gonna be another busy day. We're gonna go and meet the film director and discuss the next scenes for the film that I'm in, and then gosh, I have my therapy appointment. I have to go buy some gifts for Shanghai for some people in Shanghai, and what else was I gonna say? What else was I gonna say? What else was I gonna say? I spaced out. But yeah, tomorrow's gonna be. Then I have to pack. I'm still thinking maybe I should do laundry before I go. That takes like freaking 2 hours or something. So maybe I don't do my laundry, but you know, just sigh. Kind of have to do my laundry. Kind of should maybe. I feel like you guys have some interesting things that you're saying in the chat. Definitely gonna work what I can in a second, but oh yeah, I also saw some cool art today at the show. That was really fun. I quite enjoyed that. Talked about numerology with my buddy. That was really fun. I don't think so often about numerology, but I have gone several deep dives, and it's very interesting. So, for those of you new to my chat, we often end up in these esoteric discussions, and every once in a while Dark Side actually asks some really good questions that I attempt to answer, but right now I'm not really participating in the chat so much, so I hope you guys are getting some good combos in amidst yourself. Brian, or random alphabet user is doing an incredible job. Ooh, I actually just found out one of my best friends might be coming to Asia in January, so that's exciting. But at the same time, is he able to come to Japan? Because I don't think that was part of his plan. He's gonna meet me probably in China, but now it looks like I'm gonna be in Japan in January. Which, if you guys are around, my art show will be here then. Yeah. Let's do a little. Just do a little ruler situation. gorgeous, so beautiful. Is it time for me to have a look at what you guys are writing in the chat? Is it time? Is it time? Is it time? Is it time? Maybe it is time. Alright. Okay. Damn, we got 20 likes. Damn. Random Alphabet, you doing a killer job over here. I love winters too. Okay. Alright. I was gonna say your response to the white woman comment, but yeah, that's okay. You still have the kind of... Thank you, Ken. That is very dramatically sweet. Could map. What? It's okay. I'm here to listen. Citizens of the world. Exactly. I'm sure we got some mixes in here, you know? Or people that moved to another country. Like, there's so many people, like third culture children is what it's called, I think. You are a Homo sapien species on a planet named Earth in a Milky Way galaxy. Precisely, dark side. She checks the chat regularly, but it's funner when she's painting and thinking out loud. Is it really? Is it more fun? I'm just talking to myself, kind of. I mean, I'm obviously talking to you guys. I don't talk this much to myself. I just here and there when I want answers to things, I sort of talk to my higher self because my human self is so anxiety prone and tends to catastrophize everything. So that's when I talk to myself. Usually, I'm like, okay, can you just tell me why I'm experiencing what I'm experiencing right now, objectively, and I usually get answers. Thank you, Ken. Yeah, maybe like the word unique to me, I know it literally means like, yeah, and it means what it is, right? And I think in a way, yes, but I think there's just like an ego-ness to it, and I'm like, I don't feel that. Like, I don't feel, it's not like good or bad, you know? It just means like, okay, you sort of, yeah, I guess unique is not a good thing or a bad thing, but often when you hear the word unique, you think, oh wow, like this. If someone who is technically unique said, oh, you know, I'm just kind of unique, it sounds like, wow, you're so egocentric, you know, even though maybe that person literally is unique. Like, so yeah, I'm like, that word has connotations. Well, what's understood doesn't have to be explained, but it's a nice outlet that I'm here for. Yep, thanks for supporting. Heck yeah, our top tier cities, Delhi and Mumbai. Ooh, why are they on high alert? Unoriginal gangsters here. If this matters to you, then it is never a waste of time. I have an impulse control problem with Kariba flavored Red Bull. Yeah, I mean, we all get something, right? I totally can't help it with the Diet Cokes. So supporting, so easy. Thank you, Ken. That makes me so happy. Hey, damn, you guys are feeling my vibe even just when I'm not like responding to the chats so often. That's how most of the lives have been going, where I respond. The sight of warm flat Coke does make me gag. It needs to be nearly frozen. Yep, warrior princess energy. Lol. Love it. Actually, in high school, they used to call me Ice Princess, but it's just because I was really impossible to talk to. I feel like that would make a story. I used to never smile back then, and I was impossible to talk to, and I was so cold. And I was from Iceland, so my tennis coach used to call me that. Like 3,000 years ago. Love your attention to detail of those drawings. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You can't really see them, although, in this chat yet. I'll go closer. Actually, you know what? It's time, guys. It's time. Let's go, let's go. We're going on a little tour. Damn, now that I'm looking at it through the thing, like the camera, I'm like, I think these are too blue, so we're just gonna mute it down. It would be nice. Trust me, trust the process. Then the artist, would you still appreciate her if she was... Listen. Unoriginal gangster. Probably if I was 6 years old,
I would be even more bomb. Age is only just gonna make me more bomb. Just saying. Do you guys like my hand? The goal is to be like a hot 60-year-old. Actually, I don't know how I feel about that. But like just a elegant 60-year-old lady. Maybe not elegant. What's like a cool 60-year-old lady? Let's put it that way. Can she paint the piece on top a couple days ago? It was awesome. Yeah, this one, right? It's still not done, but I'm figuring out what I want to do with this blue, because I think like I like it when it's very subtle. What were you sing to? I sung right. Yeah, actually, I used to be in bands when I was in high school, and then well, since this is a personal chat stream where I talk about my life, I got into a toxic relationship, and yeah, basically got talked out of singing. That person would tell me how awful I was at singing and blah blah blah, so I basically stopped and then didn't really start. I kind of started again. I just would sing here and there for myself. But I do like music, or making music. It's not all pencil, it's a bunch of different mediums. Yes, random alphabet, you know all the deets. Too bad we can't see a close-up to see what she has created. Joker's Wild is now able to see it. Her work shows the true love she has for the artistry. I really, really love what I do. It's true. Aw. Yeah, I do hope that everyone in this family that I'm trying to build here, I just want everyone to continue to shine and just become the better and truer versions of themselves. That's what I want for everybody that come my way, honestly. And that's why I am doing what I'm basically staying true to myself, because I hope that this is motivation for you guys to stay true to yourself. Because this world will make you fall off that. What's the style of artworks called? Well, you guys can try to name what you think the style is. What wood is a floor dark side, really? Lol, it matters to me. I'm a little classy. I have no idea. It's a rental. Hey, can you make... It's unique like a shooting star. Don't see them. See it again. Okay, wait, damn. What nicknames? Okay, cool. I was checking if this... I'm very Italian with my hands, guys. Apparently, I didn't even know this because I've always been very expressive with my hands. I mean, I have really large hands for a girl, and I used to play piano, so I've just always been very expressive. But apparently, if you're very expressive with your hands, people listen to you more. So it's a really good technique if you're having a presentation. People are less likely to lose interest in what you're saying. We're really gonna talk about the wood. Some wonderful songs coming from me. I can feel it here. I do kind of create, like with anything I have, that is very true. Okay, guys, for real, this is the floor, okay? What wood do you think this is? Okay, let's, I'm gonna put you in a good spot, and then we're gonna continue. See. Okay, so my nicknames. Let's talk about my nicknames, shall we? Okay, so obviously in Iceland, and so in my youth, I was always called Eirdís, which is my actual name. So shocker. And right. Okay, I'm gonna get into the zone again. Once I'm in the zone, I kind of, you know, don't exactly fall out, right? But the best thing is to just keep going. Anyway, so when I was little, what happens if I put water on this? I actually really am curious. Okay, I'm gonna add some tea to this. Okay, so what was I saying? When I was little, I would just be called Eirdís. Okay, that doesn't do very much. Oh, damn. Are you guys seeing that? I did not know. I mean, it looks nice. I don't mind it. But I did not know that this was like a... Ooh, cool. Alright, I'm here for those. Okay, but yeah, when I would move schools and go to international schools, they would not be able to pronounce my name as Eirdís, and they would call me Eirdís. Eirdís, which oftentimes they think I was a boy, because that name, when you say it out loud, sounds like a boy's name. It's not supposed to be brown, but it's okay. I believe that I can always turn this somehow gray again. Or maybe we're just a little overly positive. Let's give it a shot. I think everything I do is part of the process, and all the mistakes that I make is part of the process that makes the piece ultimately good. And you guys see the whole process. People don't even see the process in the shows, right? Not sure if those people are gonna, if my collectors are gonna be on my streams, honestly. I mean, yeah, I think that eventually, probably some of you guys will eventually also collect my art. I'll have different tiers for y'all. But yeah, so I used to just be called Eirdís or Eirdís, depending on where I was. And then when I moved again at 15 to Beijing and went to an international school from Iceland, that was really traumatizing because I was a teenager. And I had, you know how teenagers are? Like, I had my friends in Iceland, and I was really not, I did not want to leave Iceland. I had such a, like, my life was good, my social life, I was partying a lot, and so leaving, I was devastated. And I also didn't like how my name sounded. No one was able to pronounce my name correctly, so I just made up the name Era, because, you know, Eirdís, right? Era, it makes sense. And people called me Era from the age of 16 to 25, 24, 25. Ever since I left New York. So yeah, I carried that name all the way to New York to university. So everyone that knew me from university would call me Era. And it wasn't until I left New York and then moved to China that I got fed up with being anyone else but myself. It was also when I became a full-time artist. And I decided I don't want to make other people's lives convenient with my name anymore. Like, if you can't pronounce my name, whatever. I'm just gonna be myself. And so I went back to my name. I went back to Eirdís, and I wouldn't even tell people my name is Eirdís or Eirdís. It's like, it's Eirdís, and then you can try to pronounce it, and if you can't, whatever. So I haven't told anyone my name being Era for 8 years now. So no one that knows me since then has called me Era. And then in China, I have a different name in China. My name is Bai Yun, and Bai Yun means white cloud. Bai Yun. It's quite a spiritual name, and it kind of makes sense with everything that I'm doing. And in recent times, people began calling me E, the letter E. So I recently have been developing a new nickname. And I kind of feel like names have frequencies to them. So, I don't know, I guess I'm like turning into a new character again at this point in my life. So, you know, people are just constantly changing. That was a very long story to a short question of what my nickname is. But so basically, people do call me E now, but I prefer people calling me Eirdís, especially if you can pronounce the R, Eirdís. That is my preference. We'll say, like, User Random Alphabet has an incredible memory from all the streams, which is amazing. Alright, so this is the point where I start to think, like, am I overdoing it? Because sometimes it's nice to keep things simple, but I also really do like when people can look closer and closer to see more and more details. Would I like that wood floor if it was 60 years old? I mean, guys, listen, most artists, art is one of those things that you become a better and better artist as you get older. It's one of the few things that really ripen with age. I've also heard that Capricorns only get better with age, so I'm not afraid of aging. My childhood was not the best in some pivotal ways. In other ways, I definitely was very blessed. But anyway, I'm quite excited for what old me has in store and life experience and everything. I think it'll be a good time. I definitely think so. Okay, it's getting a little bit to the point where it's pretty easy for me to mess things up at this point, because sometimes less is more. But let's it was quite cool, actually. I got the support of, so 5 years ago during COVID, I was actually giving YouTube a shot, and a YouTuber from way back then who was also starting out, he commented on one of my videos and was excited that I was doing videos again, and that was really nice, actually. So I'm still figuring it out, because the reality is that making videos takes time, and I am doing so many things at once. You know, I know you guys have been here, so you know. So like, I do exhibitions, I do artwork, I make all my works, I participate in art fairs. I have to manage my art studio, right? And I do art healing, and I'm also on top of that, like, managing my social medias, and you know, to kind of add like YouTube and making long form videos, editing, like that's a lot of different jobs to do. And what I worry always is that I end up spreading myself too thin, and you kind of don't end up hitting any nail on the head, because you're just like trying to get all of them at once. And I think at the moment these streams are working really well for me, because they're just matching perfectly in with okay, so now I have to finish this, because I just used the cap for rinsing my brush. Well, it is what it is. But it's working really well. Oh no, look at that. I don't mind it though, but she's got a little... I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Yeah. So it's like, I feel like well, editing videos does take time. Like, I just made a video. If you guys haven't seen it, I know that most of you have already seen it, probably. But I did a long form video, the first one in a while, I guess. I did another one before that. I'm thinking of redoing the voiceover for that one. But it takes like time to edit a video, you know? And it takes away from creating artwork. So I think with the streams is like I'm able to just chat to you guys, but also continue expanding and improving as an artist and making work and focusing on my exhibitions. And I'm like, this is a really good balance right now until I have someone like helping me with editing. And maybe these streams could become long form videos at some point, but no way, Jose, am I gonna be the one editing that, because I'm not gonna re-listen to myself talk for hours at end. No, I only enjoy talking. I don't enjoy listening to myself talk. Do you guys relate to that? So yeah, and I really appreciate Randa Alphabet here helping out and like basically managing the chats and stuff. It actually means a lot. Really appreciate it. And we're just slowly building a little fam. A little face here. Okay, I'm gonna see if the blue is working. I think I still need to dial it down a little bit more. Okay. Should I be tracking my watch hours? I think I need to have like 3,000 watch hours to begin monetizing or something off YouTube. Hey, AKA Turkey. Eri? Oh gosh, no, I would hate to be called Eri. What does muting a color mean, and what kind of techniques do you like to use to do that? That's a really good question. So for the blue, I would probably be using a gray like this, or a pencil on top, gently to turn it into a more gray hued blue. So I use layering. Don't forget to like the stream. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is actually a temporary art studio. My more permanent art studio that I have for another year is in Beijing. You can actually see that art studio in my shorts. It's much larger. Just checked it, really nice. Yeah. It's super cool. Yeah. Yeah. Brian knows it. Hi, Amit. We're just drawing. We're just making art. Yeah. You feel like you might be playing Wake. Sounds like you need support. Yeah, Ken. It's true. It's true. Yeah, exactly. Ken is totally catching the drift. Think while seeing. Okay, and Turkey. Okay, so I'll first respond to Turkey, aka Turkey, and then to Ken. But yeah, so it is chaos, you know, like I actually named the series Organized Chaos because the way it started was just pure chaos. I was just trying to feel better, essentially. And I just was scribbling on a piece of paper, and next thing you know, and it ended up turning into, now I'm using a pen. It ended up turning into, like, wait, I want to get another pen. Turning into this, and then so I started seeing more and more things come out, and I realized I was like, this resembles how I feel. This very much resembles life in many ways to me. It's just overlapping emotions and sensories. You know how now we're on our phones, and then you see people, and to me, this is just like the vibration of the world right now. The energetic chaos. It's like life is just a collage, and I think I'm mostly interested in translating and representing emotion through art and things that we can't really explain. Like, or like, like, you know, like, basically sometimes it's hard to describe how you're feeling. And my goal is that hopefully by seeing my work, it translates an emotion. You look at it, or maybe you want to look at it for a while because you keep seeing different things in it. That's my goal. So yeah, this series is very chaotic, and I think it also very much reflects me as an artist, which I do often feel a lot of nervous energy, and I'm hypersensitive to my environment. I kind of feel everything, so I feel like I don't like to take the subway because I feel like I'm just in everyone's energies, and it affects me quite literally. So I think these pieces is almost like a heightened sensory experience. Ooh, I like that. I should write that down. That's good. Okay, someone remind me. Heightened sensory experience. I don't have my sketchbook here right now, unfortunately. And then what Ken was saying is, wait, there were two things he said that were both good, and I wanted to address. Yeah, I've muted the blue basically, so you can't see it so much anymore. Okay. Wait a second. Where is the previous thing that Ken said? So Ken was making some good points. We could probably run bids through these lives. We said something before that too. Yeah, okay, so first of all, yes, you guys are getting VIP passes to my artwork, which is very, very true, because most people don't. You can see my Instagram. I haven't posted these anywhere because preferably I want people to see the work at my exhibition, so you guys are seeing it first. Think, okay. Right, and then something about bids. Yeah, so yeah, so basically I've been contemplating new ways. Wait, give me a second, I have to clean something up. Otherwise, I'm in big trouble. In big trouble. Oh, that came off very easy. Easy, no problem. Okay. This is very scary because I'm not allowed to make a mess here. Yes. Wonderful. Okay, cool. What was I saying? Yeah, so I'm creating my own platform, guys. You know, still working with galleries, still doing them shows, but really want to build my own community. And if we can, you know, become like a relatively decent sized community, I think that would obviously, I don't even know if it has to be decently sized, just reach the people that really get my work, support my art journey, and then having that support here on YouTube, for instance, will allow even more room for me to continue creating amazing work and, you know, like challenge myself, because I get bored really easily. So sometimes, you know, I'll finish a collection, then I'll just want to try a totally new medium maybe. And I feel like having that platform here on YouTube with different ways to support what I'm doing, not only through maybe sales of original artworks, maybe we will have like members only streams, for instance, where you guys will contribute to the artworks that I'm making, like this really will just open up so many possibilities for the creativity to continue blossoming. And it's like we can create things together. You know, I might do classes at some point, but my work is very, like, I'm different to other, I don't want to use the word teachers, let's use guides, because I've actually taught art. At some point, I think everyone does, right? I have. It's not my favorite thing to do. I do enjoy it, but it's just that it takes away from actually creating, so I prefer not. But my favorite type of teaching or guiding is when I am guiding you guys to use art as a medium to discover yourself. So it's a little bit more on the healing side. I love using art as a healing tool, and I think so many people are losing touch with who they really are, like who they were as kids, you know, the essence of who, you know, what do you really enjoy? Like, people don't even ask themselves these questions, and I understand that a lot of times we might consider that to be a privilege, but I think it's just necessary to our sanity in this life, you know? Otherwise we might just go crazy. So anyway, to answer Ken, yes. Also, auctions, bidding, that is also something that, like, one of my first lives that I did while I was drawing, in one session I would complete a drawing on an A4 page, and obviously at the time I didn't have any subscribers on the channel, but what I was thinking was, like, over time, with more of you guys following, if you guys want to just bid immediately as I'm doing these, then you can just purchase, like, you can collect this piece immediately in the chat, and as long as it's covering my costs, right, we can, like, for you guys, this could be a members only thing. Yeah, I think that's a great idea to have a members only thing, because as long as, like, the costs are covered, I'm totally happy to make more and more of you guys collectors of my pieces, and we can build this world together and this community. And I think that's freaking awesome, because I want to share my work with with as many people as possible. You know, it should be for the people. So it would be a very exclusive thing, because, you know, normally my works are mainly available in shows and so forth. You can reach me directly as well, but yeah, in my mind I'm just thinking it would be primarily the collection of works that I make in person in my streams that are available for you guys at, like, for these bids. The other works that I make wouldn't be part of this. So yeah, I still like to work in collections. I think that's okay. So this is a brown. I'm trying to think if I like this whole brown vibe. Yeah, why not? I don't hate it. But yeah, so I kind of discovered that I like this, the rawness of these strokes. I just like it. Is it messy? Yeah. See, I don't usually narrate my art out loud, or I don't even talk to people about my art. Even when I'm introducing my work, I tend to focus more on the concept than on the actual process of making it. But, like, of course there's so much that goes into it, but I just feel like it probably would bore people. And my mind is usually elsewhere. I'm usually thinking about existential things, or, like, you know, the purpose of life and stuff. So over time I've had to really learn how to talk in a way that I think people get what I'm saying, but I still don't know if people get what I'm saying. I'm always just in my own world, to be honest, like, thinking about things that maybe are not immediately urgent. Like, I think about death a lot, actually, in, like, obviously death is not an urgent thing, we have time before we die usually, but you never know. But I just like thinking about it, because I'm like, it's interesting that we're all gonna die, yet we're here pretending that we're not. And I'm like, yeah, our time here is so freaking short, and we're just over here getting stressed about everything and nothing. And that's very idiotic. And I am a very stress-prone person. So I'm one of those idiots that's getting stressed all the time. And it's like, girl, don't you know that our time is limited? And so my conclusion, keep making art, because it's probably the only thing that has some potential amount of value to it, even though it doesn't really, because even this is gonna end, but it has probably more longevity potential than myself, right? Like what my life, maybe if I'm lucky I'll get over 100. It's still just 100 years, that's freaking nothing. And a good amount of that, I'll be pretty old. You know? You know what I mean? Alright, my chat is only for people that can handle a little bit of realness. Hopefully a lot of realness, but I'm not gonna ask for too much, you know? I think Brian is totally with me on this, and so for Dark Side for sure as well. I think Ken is totally up our alley, guys. From what I can tell, Ken's asking some good questions. All right, let's have a look. Ooh, got 25 likes. What is up? Okay. Yeah, you feel like you might be playing Wake more, so many avenues being pursued. Oh yeah, that's what you were saying. Yeah, so I do have some support, right? I mean, hey, for instance, like, Random Alphabet is helping me right now. I do have somewhat of a team, but it's not like, I think I'd love to have more consistent help. So in like a part-time basis, I definitely do help. Like this time I'm going to China and I have to pack a bunch of paintings. Oh gosh, like unstretch them off the canvases, roll them up, like it's very rigorous labor. I will thankfully get some help for that. And also, well, recently all the framing, I get help to create the frames, but then I've been installing the frames myself and hanging them on my wall, and that's been pretty tedious. However, I've been getting help with it, kind of. Like I could get help with that if I wanted to. But I do think for a business, I probably do more than I should on my own. But I am very, very lucky to have gotten the amount of help that I have gotten as well. So, like, especially like collaborators, I have lots of collaborators, so, you know, but I think, assistance with like organization in the studio, I definitely would love to get some of that help. That would be lovely. Some marketing help would be great. We're working our way there, guys, and hopefully you too can become a way to support me in making my business even more fruitful. And then, guys, when we got a really steady stream, I'll be making all kinds of products. And yeah, I think it's in everyone's interest, because I'm not stopping anytime soon. I have way too many things I want to do. I'm excited. I'm so excited about this world that I'm creating. We're just gonna continuously improve and make crazier, trippier, ballsier exhibitions. Maybe we'll do some virtual shows. You guys are kind of seeing a lot of my work anyway before my shows, so we can sell them here on my platform. Eventually we'll develop a collector base here, I like to speak my vision out loud. Sometimes it manifests, okay? And sometimes it doesn't. But a lot of the times it does in time. I don't know. Like some people are like, don't speak what you want out loud. And I'm like, okay, listen, not all the things that I've ever manifested into reality. I don't really like this word because it's so pop culture, but it's just it's a thing, right? You know, made happen into reality. I have spoken out loud because how else are people gonna know what you're doing, right? How else are people gonna support you doing that? And I do think what I'm doing is very cool for people, and I want people to be a part of it, and I honestly need people to be a part of it. Like, I consider what I do as serving community. Like, I feel like I have a certain responsibility to bring my gifts out there into the world, and it's not even about me. It's just like I want you guys to experience this. I want this to exist for you. And that motivates me, even on the difficult days. And heck yeah, are there difficult days? A lot. A freaking lot. Am I always this motivated? No. That's why I need all these motivation hacks. I need to believe that this is for, you know, for you guys. For something that is more than myself, because as we have established in previous videos, I don't think doing things for myself is good enough motivation. I don't really care enough to do things just for myself. I can run on fuel for some time, but eventually I burn out and I'm just like, I don't care. But when I feel like I'm doing this for other people, like when other people see my stuff and they get excited, oh my gosh, does that fuel me? I'm like, heck yeah, this is all not made for nothing, and so much love. Like, I'm gonna check the chat in a second. I think we are on a pretty good roll. I am, well, you know how we know? Well, the art world looks chaotic, so I think we're doing something right. Okay. I don't see any blue. What's the piece about? Anxiety, emotions, truth, life, existential crisis, sensual overload. Exactly, dark side. It will speak itself. No way. I have a channel named I Ordered Chaos, a multi-meaning phrase. Awesome. So you get it. See, I knew Ken was on our wavelength. I see a snowy mount at the top right now and saying Pokemon flower. Ooh, we love Pokemon. I know Brian loves it too. It's beautiful that you choose your passion or doing well. Thank you, Turkey. Thank you. I can be so hard on myself, and I now remind myself all the time. I'm like, you know, years ago, everything I got going on now did not exist. And we made this happen together, me, myself, and I. And obviously a ton of people that have been supportive along the way that I really, really appreciate. It's beautiful that you choose your passion. The snowy mountain disappeared, but still cool. Oh yeah, sorry about that. I did remove the snowy mountain, didn't I? I think people aspiring to do art at the level you do will value seeing what it's like to art at that level, to wear down the imposter syndrome. Yes, that's exactly why I'm doing this. Random alphabet, like, I don't, yeah, you know, I just want to take away this kind of intimidation or whatever. It's really just be you, which is so hard to do, so, you know, easier said than done. What you're doing is expression. I find it embracing your own art with emotions is so wonderful. Thank you. Yes, I do think my work is to express. E, right? My name starts with E. Express, entertain, evoke, emote. I do think E kind of works well. Facts for my life, pretty much. Facts. Art is healing from a world which has stolen the parts of us that brought us most joy. I want to thank you for creating the tools to help people with their journeys to find their way. Thank you, Ken. That hits strongly. I think at my core, I'm a healer, I think. Which is also why I experience emotions so strongly. And like darkness and like all of that, I think, is I'm supposed to probably eliminate light in dark spaces. And I think that's what I'm doing with my art. Very demure. Yes, you guys see the bottom. I need to give you guys some space to see more of the drawing because I think the chat covers it by the word trippy. I don't smoke weed. I can't handle downers. I just can't. I prefer caffeine and stuff like that, but my neurochemicals are way too sensitive for everything. So my sober mind is, I mean, you guys have been getting a glimpse of who I am right here. So do you really think I need drugs? You know? I am easily entertained by my own mind. Saying what I just said, lol, we are definitely in sync. Yeah, I actually felt it. I was like, I feel like you guys are, I feel like the chat is hearing me. Like, I don't, yeah, it's very fun. Or I'm speaking the chat. Not doing it for ourselves, living for others is nurturing. Full-time artists, you should have Patreon and tutorials girl. I do have Patreon. I know, I do. You guys can actually, if you go on my Patreon and you become a patron, you will see my old videos, all my old videos that I posted in 2020 when I was trying out YouTube before, because I have removed it on my YouTube, but you can purchase the package and basically get access to all those videos. Yeah, and it's, I actually don't think it was embarrassing. I mean, I really did put a lot of effort into the editing. I just feel like I've changed, so I kind of wanted to start over here. And also, everything's undefined still on my channel now, and I don't really feel like defining it, because this time I have way less expectations this time, because I was really trying previously, but now I'm just like trying to have fun, because words of wisdom for myself, and maybe this is useful for you guys, because doing these kinds of things, and as you know, like I have so much, I'm doing like other things too. I think the most important thing is just to keep the momentum, because you need consistency. And if I start to give myself way too much expectations, it's like, oh, you know, I'm not getting enough subscribers, or like if the numbers start to become the thing that I'm aiming for, and I'm not focusing on like, you know, I actually really enjoy streaming. I enjoy talking to you guys, and it's not like, I think it's just like, I'm learning something about myself, I'm learning something about how I want to present my work to you guys, how I want to talk about my work, like, you know, there's like so much that I'm gaining. If there's not enjoyment in it, I just would not keep doing this. I would vanish. I would just ghost my channel again, which is what I did last time, and I'm trying right now to avoid doing that. So I'm trying to just take it a little less seriously and focus a little bit more on the fun. And last time I was, you know, I really was trying. Like, I made so many videos, so definitely, if you guys are curious, have a look. And you know what? In months and months and lots of videos and editing, I only got like 300 subscribers. And it's a bit disheartening. You just at some point you're like, I don't really want to do it anymore. Like, you know, it's like all this effort. So I stopped for ages, and now I'm like, I don't really feel like editing videos because I don't have the time, and we're just gonna stream. And this is just way easier. And cool. And I do have literally like just, I also don't think I knew exactly what I wanted. I think that before I was like, I just wanted subscribers because I thought that's what you're supposed to do, right? But I think right now I'm like, I feel like I want to build a community, and I want input, and I've talked about this in previous, like because what I do is so much output. I'm constantly bringing things out into the world, but I'm not getting so much in return. You know, I'm not making sales every day, right? Like, you do a few exhibitions in a year, that's like a really small chunk of the year, but for the most part, you just producing, no one's seeing your work, you doubt yourself, and like there's all this emotional turmoil that goes into it, and like how do you stay motivated, like there's all this stuff. So I was like, I honestly think YouTube is a great way for me to get input. Just chatting with you guys feels really good, and it's like I am charging my batteries. And I think that's when artists go insane, is when they're constantly producing for the world. They're serving, right? And now I see it as I'm serving, because I was like, everyone always tailors artists as they're selfish, because we are working from our minds and we're creating what we're basically spending most of our times with ourselves. But it's actually like we are sacrificing a lot of ourselves at the same time. Like so many artists don't have a balanced life. Like they're sacrificing a lot of their personal lives to create things into this world, and yet like they oftentimes don't get nearly as much rewards as how much they're pouring out, you know, or maybe like way later in their life. At that point they've been suffering for a really long time, and I think it's because they don't get enough input. But if you had a community that is like supporting you and consistently, like, let's say, you know, you have a members channel that maybe people are paying for this members channel, because like honestly getting monetary support is a way of getting input for the hard work that you're putting out into the world, and like artists need that. So I'm really starting to understand the energetic exchange here, because like as a creator you can't keep sacrificing your energy and giving and giving and giving. Like you need to get. So people saying artists are selfish just need to shut up. It's just like another species of person. You know, they're usually here to create, and they're more output oriented, but they're actually serving in their way, right? And oftentimes, like if you look at a lot of artists' lives, they have a lot of imbalances elsewhere. And I don't think a lot of artists technically chose to be artists. It kind of chose them. It's like, hey, you have a gift. So like, if you don't use it, I'm gonna punish you and make you suffer in your life. I think that's a lot of experiences that artists have. Is there a way to be an artist and not suffer? That is my goal. That's basically what I'm trying to do. Because I'm like, damn, like I think what I'm doing is really wonderful, and I don't want to have to be in pain. Like I don't see why I should. I think, I don't know, I guess like, is it important? Yes and no, right? Because in a way, like what coloring is not important. Nothing is important. But at the same time, like art brings soul. Like art reminds us of the souls that we have. And so my soul is what brought me to art in the first place. Like it's magical, it's beautiful, and I have to share that because I want to remind you guys of your souls and, you know, how special you are, right? So that's what I'm here to do. Okay. Voodoo Dawn Ferrer. Hey Dawn, what's up? Alright, can we get some more likes in here, guys? Some more likes. What you're doing, expression. Facts, artist healing. Very trippy, very demure, yeah. Well, you're saying what I just said, yeah. Full-time artist, you should. Understandable, not weed is still a little sharp. It's different, I have a few friends who do. Yeah, sometimes connecting with yourself is better than the world, which needs... Please, I try to make every other happy, but can't make everyone happy. Yep. If you build it, they will come. Heck yes, we're building it together, guys. I need you guys to make this a reality. The older I get, the more I understand this. Like, as a total loner, I'm like, wow, the power of people, I get it now. I've never been good at working in teams. Like, honestly, it's like, if I was working in teams, I would either do all the work or do none of the work. Like, I'm really bad at working in teams. But now, like, I really am starting to truly appreciate. Flow state is activated. Oh my gosh, you know it. I just went on a solid rant. I must go for now, but you see, the world is stealing my joy now as an information junkie who's developed that into being a wise man. You're essential to this planet. Heck yeah. I mean, okay, yeah, we're all taking in a lot of information, but I think just like create something with it, right? It was really nice. Yeah, super nice having you here, Ken.
Awesome, awesome. Looking forward to you in future chats. Yeah, I think Ken will make an awesome addition to the fam. Okay, so I just did like a tiny flower, but I'm trying to gauge if I should do more of the flowers or if the flowers was a mistake. I am leaning towards the flower being a mistake, so we're just gonna... I went on such an artist rant just now. I don't even know how relatable what I just said was. I think it is relatable for creatives, because I have been thinking a lot about the sustainability of artists and how we need more support systems in play. Who knows? Like, maybe I'll one day be that for other creatives, but oh my god. Okay, well, that was a mistake, but yeah, it's just like people have, there's just so many misconceptions, I feel, about making art. And I think like the starving artist and the suffering artist, like these are all myths, or they can be avoided. But we don't have like the infrastructure in place and or the information in place or the education in place to help people in navigating the space. So yeah, that is my TED Talk of the day. I go into my Valley Grill every now and then. Speaking of the Valley accents is really fun. Maybe I like to confuse people about where I'm from. Damn, I've been talking this whole freaking time. I'm impressed with myself. Girl, you are talented. You are actually a talented communicator more than anything. And I'm genuinely curious if my rants are interesting at all, because I feel, well, I know that I'm just ranting about air. Like, there's not really much takeaway, I think, from this rant today. Actually, maybe. Do you guys think there was a takeaway from my rant just now? And if there was a takeaway, please leave in the comments. But yeah, like, this chat has been instantly so much better than yesterday's chat, I would say. Or no, the chat is always good with you guys, but I mean, like, in terms of outreach. Because apparently horizontal videos just don't reach an audience. That's so strange. I suppose people are all using their phones nowadays. Do you reckon that people will even be using their laptops in the future? Like, are we just all gonna be on our phones? I guess maybe iPads, but or tablets. I am in flow state though. I am in my own little world now, officially. Let's see what this flow state leads to. Am I able to finish this today, or we're gonna have to just making textures. Okay, so how is my voice sounding, by the way, when I don't use my headphones versus when I do use my headphones? Because today I'm not using my headphones. That would be informative, actually. And yeah, I'm going to China in 2 days. And I'm going to Shanghai and then going to an art fair. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to go live and show you guys the fair, but if I can, I will. And then I'll be going to Beijing, in which case I will be grabbing my camera, and then we're gonna start experimenting with upping our streaming quality. So that will be really fun, and I'm excited for that. Yeah. Okay, the brown's actually doing a thing for me. I do like it.
think the brown makes certain parts go more into the background, which is kind of nice. So maybe we do a little bit more of that. So here's something really random. But when I first started, well, you know, like I remember feeling really lost at one point in my life. Oh wait, one second. I'll wait until we got some more people in the chat room before I go on a tangent again, because I'm in such a good flow state right now. Okay, let's see. Yeah, right. The removal of the flower. Yeah, because I think it was just not there. And now I think like the removal of it actually looks really cool. Like I love all the imperfections in the drawing. It just works. Art in America is currently only being funded for propaganda. So over here we kind of have to overcome that obstacle right now. Really? You think so? You mean like in the fine art galleries as well? Your rants are definitely relatable to creatives and you seem to attract creatives. That's cool. Yeah, I was kind of wondering what my crowd would end up being, and I didn't want to control it. I just wanted to see what organically would happen. Today's a whole world is running at a marketing holocaust. The paints. The pianist was real as fuck, yep. Horizontal is only good when you got a community. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I'm there yet, so we will do that for once we have like a members only. Look at my hand be all expressive. Maybe I should do like hand art. Like use my hands to do these like interesting characters. I would steal your voice. That's how it sounds. With your streaming setup 2.0, you'll be able to stream in both vertical and horizontal at the same time. What do you mean you'd steal my voice? What do you mean? Yeah, I forgot the tangent I was going to go on to, but you know, we got plenty of time together. Yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense. Like, like years ago, when I first, when I wanted to learn how to become an artist, I went on YouTube, and at that time, there were not many creatives. There were not many artists at all talking about art on YouTube, and I didn't relate to any of them because I'm so chaotic, and I'm kind of like I'm kind of manic, and I'm just like chaos, and my workstation's so messy, and all these artists on YouTube were like so neat, and their personalities were so, I want to say like mild, and they were just very very sweet people, like very sweet girls. But I didn't relate to them. I was like, wow, if this is what an artist looks like, then I'm not an artist because I'm just chaos. And they seem to just have everything, you know, the way they talked about it, the way they talked about art was like, oh yeah, and then, you know, like color theory, we use this color, and then we put this color next to this color, and then we did, Jesus, like, honestly, sorry for cursing, but for me, I just intuitively do whatever the heck comes to me. And so it actually just made me doubt myself. And then I remember thinking, I was like, if I manage to make this thing work, this whole art career work, I will, on YouTube or whatever platform, I will share my side of things. I will share my personality publicly for other artists that are also thinking, hey, maybe I should pursue art. And maybe they will see me and they'll get some real information that applies to them if they have a personality that's a little bit more chaotic, a little bit more manic, and they can maybe feel ease in that and not think, oh, they have to be super organized or whatever. It's definitely a good skill. It's just like, it doesn't mean you're not an artist if you're not like, you know, that type of artist. And you can be an expressionist, you can be an abstract artist, you can be all kinds of artists, you can just be you. Can you be you? That should be the question, right? I keep getting back to that because individuation is what we're here for. That is the ultimate reason why we're here. Can't decide if I hate this or if I love it. Eventually I know. Eventually it will all make sense. Okay. I think some people might be insecure about, let's see. I would steal your voice. I think some people might be insecure about their craft, yet their process might be similar to yours, and your content can give them confidence and vindication. Exactly. Color does have a perspective, accepting every opinion is good. Even the great artist was a mathematician. Yeah. I'm gonna put this a little bit more distance so you can see a little bit more of what I'm doing, but yeah. I mean, I was highly insecure, right, when I started out. And all I saw was content that just made me more insecure about whether I was an artist or not. And hey, now I'm doing it. I can literally say that, yeah, you can be a little crazy and chaotic, and it's just, the trick is just finding your voice. And how do you find your voice? Well, you stop listening to other people's voices. Or you find a role model. You find a role model. And luckily there's way more content now on YouTube than when I first started that you resonate with. Bam, crazy. I love it. Okay. I think the Coke is doing this to me. If AI was censoring this video, they would think that I was talking about cocaine, but but no. Do you guys see that? I think you see. Check out how cool this brush is. I think I need another motivating question from you guys to go on a rant about, because it's starting to get a little late, and it's really nice to know that my friends are relatable though. Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, so I'm using a charcoal for that, and you see how it's just very spontaneous, very expressive, emotional. And what I used after that was this long brush that I was using in, damn, I should probably not use this actually, come to think of it, but anyway, I was using this in a film. And I will probably continue using this in that film that I'm acting in. Are you making music right now, by the way? How have you been enjoying the Instagram process? Thanks so much for keeping the group chat entertained and also reminding people to like. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's gonna end up being one whole, like, even that is gonna be down there, and it's gonna be this long drawing. It's gonna be cool. Alright guys, so now is a great time to think of a question for me to go on a rant about, I would say. Yeah. Okay. What I'm doing now is, like, I just did charcoal there. I'm gonna try to erase it and see if it creates interesting texture. So much of what I do now is just creating interesting texture, basically. I just love, and we're working with paper, so that's what was quite fun. Oh wait, you didn't even see what I was doing. Whoops. So I think I should maybe give you guys a little further out. And Instagram is the emotionally so hard for me to do. You'll get used to it eventually. Like, honestly, just get into a rhythm. Alright, how about I'll let you guys kind of go on your own talks, like tangents and stuff, and then I will probably lose myself in the process again and then start another random discussion that comes to mind. But I think I'm just gonna continue with flow state. I guess, what should I think about talking tomorrow to my therapist about? So I'm gonna see her, and I felt like I had something urgent to work on. This is what happens every time. I'll be like, I feel urgently like I need to work on something, and then I'll drink BetterHelp, and then I'll feel better, and then just be like, I don't know, I don't really feel like I need to keep these sessions up. But a lot of my friends, they have had therapists for years, and they're all in a good place. So I think it's more just having someone to talk to and continuing to just grow and navigate life with someone that's, you know, there to remember all your processes and stuff. Okay, I just heard someone's door close. Does that mean that they are returning from the outside? Gonna go to sleep soon? I hope not. I'm surprised that you guys hear me, actually. Are you guys watching the stream on your laptops or on your phones? Let you guys come in a little closer to what I'm doing. To blending. Okay. Let's see. What music? It's like steampunk but ethereal. Yeah, alright. Everyone go follow User Random Alphabet, actually, and encourage him on his Instagram journey. It's gonna be a journey, but remember, we're serving the community. So I think user random alphabet should totally promote his handle in the chat. Therapist? No, you never need one. Yeah, I just think it's helpful, like, to have one maybe over a consistent period of time that can remind you of your growth and things like that. Some of it win, though I don't have a lot of them. I'm really into blending genres together right now. I was mostly keeping the music to myself. Yes, don't keep it to yourself. Yes, exactly. I love it. Tell everyone about your music, and I think everyone should totally be following and supporting. And yeah, your music is great, honestly. Like, it's really good. I wish I could understand Spanish because I can tell the Spanish is where it's at. Okay, I feel a little bit worried that, because I hear people outside, which makes me a little bit worried that I'm gonna have to cut the stream short because I don't want to bother my neighbors. Because the walls in Japan are just crazy thin. That is really pink. I don't think I like that. But let's see what happens if I... Yeah, it's not so bad if I just mute it down a little bit. Yeah, I think it's very important that we share what we do with the world, guys. Yeah, everyone go follow Fractura A07 on Instagram. Yes, exactly. By the way, user random alphabet, you should search up Mula Nakshatra. You can write it as Mula space Nakshatra, so Nakshatra, Mula Nakshatra. That is the nakshatra that we were born with a good amount of, and you're going to really relate. It's actually, it's like, just look it up. It's fascinating. I really enjoy the grunge aesthetic in the sound and the dark existential themes in my lyrics. Yes. But actually, your music also has a pretty happy beat to it, which is like an interesting mix. I think maybe in some ways, like my work, I think it's like heavy, deeper subjects, but it also has this like playfulness to it. Thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh, yeah. How about we aim for that? If you guys have any family members, friends, or anyone that you could share to, so that we could like speed up the process, and let's like aim for 1,500. How about that? I think that's a reasonable amount to aim for. Yeah, you know, I think that's a good. I will do my best to come online as much as I can while I'm in China. You guys might meet my mom, because she's gonna help me out with like a little bit in the studio in China, and then, you know, I'll probably just have you guys there, like watching the whole process, sort of like now, except I probably won't be chatting too much. I'll probably talking to my mother for a lot of the process, but maybe this will all be very fun for you guys who are creatives to see how it's like behind the scenes. Yes, your songs are definitely catchy. For sure. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Let the body remember what the soul forgot. Let the body remember what the soul forgot. That is actually quite deep. But yeah, you need to look up Mula Nakshatra. It's 4 of our planets is placed in that according to Vedic astrology, and I resonate deeply with it. It's the most destructive energy basically out there. That's what we have. Or that's when we were born. So it's like we basically have to manage this heavily destructive energy in us and have these outlets. Ultimate destruction. But it's also... Oh yeah, amazing. Okay, so Mula Nakshatra. You can also write it Moola or Mula Nakshatra. And then, yeah, tell me what you think, because kind of blew my mind, kind of made me understand myself a lot better, and kind of explained a lot of my experiences in life. Okay, I'm gonna just stand up just to see this from afar a little bit. I think I need to buy a white color, or just introduce more white into this. There is the white crayon. Okay, there. Let me slide it to your back. Use it around the mouth a bit. I think he's gonna relate. There's this really heavy intensity to the nakshatra, this energy. My friend's daughter is also born with a lot of mula, and oh my goodness, like she tried to commit suicide twice in her teens, and her family doesn't believe in anything. They don't believe in astrology, but so like I didn't tell them anything, but like I kind of wish that I could just tell them like, yeah, it's really tough, and she needs a creative outlet or a sport. She needs to get it out, because it's just an extreme amount of energy, and especially when you're younger and you don't know how to manage it, it can feel like darkness. It can feel like you don't want to be here because you don't, I don't know. You don't know how to like deal with that amount of darkness, amount of destruction inside of you. Yeah, same for me. Like, I use art for handling it, and once you know how to navigate it, it can be extremely healing, and it can be very powerful in opening that space for other people too. But until then, there's lots of things to learn. Time. Yeah, which is why you have to confront things, right? You can't just... you can't just assume that things are gonna get healed. I don't know, I think like lots of people, they'll just say, I don't know, I like, okay, personally, I have pretty much faced all my traumas and everything head on. I don't know about you, but I have. Because for me, it's like, I guess I don't feel like I had a choice because it just felt so heavy. But also, I don't want to live with that burden. Like, I want to release it, and I know that that process has been hard and also very purposeful. You have to purposefully heal yourself from those things. And so when people say time heals everything, I just don't. I don't agree. Like, if you just let it sit there, yeah, sure, I don't know. But I guess like with mourning death, maybe, but not if you don't have a system in place in your mind. Like, not if you never, you have to have some sort of grasp on the situation, I think. Or like faith helps a lot when it comes to mourning people, I feel. But I don't know, yeah, I haven't thought about this so much, but I don't think that time heals everything. Lots of people only feel healed in certain respects on their deathbed from things that happened 70 years ago. So does it really heal everything? I don't know. Thank you so much, Petrutuster. Thank you. If anyone in the chat hasn't liked the video yet, we greatly appreciate it. Time heals everything triggers he's so hard. Hi, Sarah Life. I'm working on some pieces for an upcoming exhibition, basically. And yeah, here in Tokyo. I think I titled that in the video. I didn't think I was gonna chat at all, so I gave this video a little longer of a description so people knew what was going on. But per usual, I'm chatty. But yeah, time heals everything. That's funny. No one's really said that to me. I've heard people say that, but it just goes over my head because I'm like, okay. I think it works for some people, but I don't think it works for me because I want to heal to the core. So I need to I want to really understand things and really detach from the thing from like a deep level, like through my understanding and through releasing it. I'm not okay with just superficially letting something go. It's like if I'm moving on from something, I'm really gonna energetically move on from it and
forgive the person. Like, and I don't think time necessarily, well, how much time, you know? I think if you confront it head on, it might be less time, but it might also be more intense, and you might be really difficult to deal with for a while. I love dark side's emojis. It's very dark side. The moment I see that emoji, I'm like, that's dark side. Yes, organized chaos, guys. Similar to, I also feel like this is kind of atmospheric. Like, I imagine the atmosphere would just be like that. Hi, Sarah Live E. Yeah. I'm good. How did you know that I go by the nickname E nowadays? I guess it's a mix of kind of everything, genre-wise. Oh gosh, I had dinner ages ago. Ages ago. I'm really starting to get tired though, and it's only 1:30, which is a little disappointing because I was trying to go to 3 a.m. But I'm still a little bit hopeful that I can. I think I just need to down this Diet Coke. Hopefully it'll help. Yeah, the most unhealthy thing about my lifestyle is probably the Diet Coke and sugar. I'm huge on sugar, and I'm trying to hypnotize myself into quitting sugar. See if I can. I seriously need to buy white. Like, so I'm settling pretty hard on the highlight, the equipment for this drawing. Okay. Wait. Dark side. You had your dinner? Yep, I had 2 dinners. And maybe 3 dinners, honestly. I was so hungry. Oh yeah, wait, Sarah's been here this whole time? You're only speaking now in the chat now? Or am I starting to drift into the ethers? Like, I'm forgetting things. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy that I did that for you, user random alpha. That's how I've been feeling. Like, I listen to it periodically, more information on it, because I'm just like, oh my gosh, this energy is so ridiculous. I mean, we've passed our Saturn return though, so we at this point, like, if you've dealt with that Mula energy, you should be in a pretty solid place to also help guide other people, but it's heavy. Oh yeah, no, I don't avoid eating. I kind of eat all day. Something one can do. Yeah, I love what I do. I can do it forever and ever until I die. When unconsciousness or emotionally overwhelmed, I may destroy too early or burn things that could have been healed or go nuclear once that, dude. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, oftentimes I kind of sabotage things once I'm really close to the thing that I've been, like, I'll be real with you guys for a second. Like, this year, one of the reasons why I had a huge burnout and I didn't even want to paint anymore was because I went into sabotage mode. Because I guess I'm like
now really, really close to so many of my goals that I set years ago, and I suddenly just felt this strong desire to just not continue drawing, not continue painting, like almost like just sabotaging it. It's like I don't want to actually allow myself to. I don't even know, or like it's not that. I think it's more like I was already bored with it, or like I felt like, oh, I already knew that it was not going to be as good as I had made it out to be in my head, and it was just like once I achieved the thing, I was going to just be like over it already. So I didn't even though I've been working so hard for all these years to get to that point, once I was right there, I just was like, even this doesn't matter, so why would I continue? And so I kind of, it was really just battling with myself the last year. It was just like, how do I get myself to continue doing something when I don't see the point in it anymore, because everything inherently is pointless. And it just got pretty existential. And yeah. And then I was honestly having a hard time getting out of bed, but I always get out of bed anyway because I'm disciplined like that. But if someone else had that kind of level of like depression that I was feeling earlier in the year, I think they definitely would not have gotten out of bed. But yeah, I just didn't even want to keep doing anything. And yes, that is Mula energy, I believe, at its best. So that's why I had to start seeing art as not related to myself and as an act of service. And then I was somehow able to continue. Because I was like, okay, I'm doing this for the community. It's not for my own ambitions. And then when I took myself out of the equation, I was like, aha! Messed up, right, guys? Messed up. Where is my brown? Where's my good friend? The brown color. The brown has been doing pretty good, bringing things into the shadows. Your paintings are beautiful. Sarah is so sweet. I wanted to point out, unfortunately, I couldn't follow the passion. Can you teach us that? Aw. Yes, I can. That's actually my expertise. I feel like what you just said, like you wanted to paint, but unfortunately couldn't follow the passion. And like, yeah, that's what I like to do for people. Just like get people in touch with that passion inside of them again and their inner child. So I think you're following us. So like in the future, I'll be creating workshops for my members, and you could definitely join that. I think that'd be very special. How's air quality in Japan? It's quite good, actually. Random house. The air quality, how is it in India? Could you teach me how to paint? Yes, I could, Sarah. Like, stay subscribed to my channel, and as my following gets larger, I'm gonna start doing courses, and we will be doing art healing workshops once or twice a month with the full moon and the new moon. So we'll be connecting art with our spiritual selves, with our souls, and with, you know, things that we want to bring more into our lives, things that we want to release from our lives. It's going to be very healing and beautiful. We will do this together as a community. I'll also have other streams where I'll be showing you guys some more technical things on how you can use art as a reflection into yourself and things like that. So and yes, you will be learning technical things. You will be learning how to use art as a way to express yourself. I am less interested in technical things in the sense of representational art, but I will also probably at some point do workshops on that. So, you know, let's just follow along. I'm so happy that I'm blowing your mind, Random Alphabet. Yes, it did me as well. What time do you wake up? I think I'll wake up at 11. Thank you, J-Tug. Thanks so much. Wow, I really appreciate it. Wow, you guys are so sweet. In that case, I would like to learn too. Yes, everyone, let's all
connect with our inner artist, because we were all born from this. We were all born from the same soup of existence, guys. That's the place that I create from. I help you guys connect to yourself. I'm not like, maybe not in these chats, but like, you know, in my workshops, that's what I do. When I do my healing workshops, that's what I'm interested in doing. I'm not so interested in like, okay, how do we make this face look like this person or whatever. I don't care about that. Sometimes I do drawings, you know, just for fun like that, but I'm more interested in the soul aspect of art and how to get to the deeper essence of who we are. Remember our passion. My destruction is protective, strategic, ancestral, karmic, sacred, razor sharp. Yep. Thank you, Sarah. Oh my god, amazing. We need reforms. Many protests are going on here to pressurize the government to bring laws. Yeah, it's a crazy time right now in history. It is the ability to remove dead timelines and toxic karma, purge illusion. Yeah, it's hilarious. People say it's like it's bad juju, it's bad energy to have someone in their family with mula energy. But the truth is that we basically bring all the toxicity out of a family to the surface. So it's not that we create it, is that we cannot stand things that are not being talked about. It's like, I sense darkness here. We need to address this right now so we can raise havoc in our families. We raise havoc everywhere, basically. If there's some impurity, we will sense it and smell it, and we will have to clean it. Like, that's the best manifestation of Amula. That's why I've been doing my healing workshops, which is like, no one taught me how to do it. It's just that if I'm in a room, I can just instantly smell or feel people's darkness or things that they have not confronted. And I'm like, all right, let's take this out. Let's take this out. Let's clean this up. Come on, let's clean this up. Let's go back to who you truly are, like your essence. Thank you, guys. But you know, since I've been doing this kind of work as well on the side of my artist career, it's also obviously also heavily service oriented. It just becomes, I realized, because I was doing it in person, and first of all, I travel so much, so it's hard to continuously do this consistently every month. But also I feel like I want to get to a place where I can do this like I can do this online, so I can reach a wider audience. And so that was actually one of the reasons why I started streaming as well. I was like, I think I just want to reach more people so that I can help more people, and like, let's go. And yeah. I mean, we all got stuff, you know. We got all stuff. Like, I've been working on healing myself, you know, in this physical form for so many years, and still there's always, like, that's why monks continue to meditate. That's why monks, it's even once you've reached I'm not enlightened, but once you've reached enlightenment, you still continue to meditate, because I mean, in fact, you probably don't even want to do anything else but meditate. Like, and I mentioned earlier, it's like a therapist has therapy themselves. So I think that's what I'm realizing, because I think when I started doing the healing work, I was just like, who am I to be guiding others in their healing journey? Like, what does it even mean to be helping people on their healing journey? I still have wounds, you know. I've healed a lot of my wounds, but it's like, I'm not a perfect person. You know, do I have to be 100% healed to be able to help other people on their healing journey? And like, no, because you're always going to have more things to heal. But this seems to be an interest of mine. I seem to have a feeling for these things. I seem to, you know. Wait, you know what I just realized? I need to check something. I hope I didn't bleed through because that would be really devastating. Yeah, it's important that I check. Maybe I do. Wait, whatever. Maybe I do like a line of like.
just want to make sure it didn't bleed through onto the wall, because this wall is very delicate. And if that happened, then we're really in trouble. Then I have to draw on the floor, which is not good for my back, but the moment of truth, I'm really crossing all my fingers and toes for this. You see this rip here? 1 year ago me would have freaked out, but my current self actually loves this. Because I'm like, that is Lula energy at its best. That is life. That is true expression, is imperfection. A little bit of beauty, a little bit of chaos. Oh, look at that. It's totally clean. Totally clean. Did we all see that? Let's see. All right, so for a piece that is this size on paper, it's 3,400 USD. I know it doesn't look like, yeah, because I literally am taping it on the wall, but it looks really, really nice in a frame, I promise. And I'm basically right now in a temporary studio in Japan. Also, hello New Zealand. I have some friends in New Zealand, but my paperworks are priced half of the price of my oil paintings at the moment, which is actually crazy because I spent an equal, if not even sometimes more time on my paperworks. But this whole series, this whole like ruggedness, like for instance here's a rip, that's all part of this series because it's organized chaos. It's really representing the times that we live in, and I want it to just be full of texture and imperfections, and like you can look at it and you're just like, wow, like I draw something that you erase it away but you still see the erased marks, and it's just like you can infinitely kind of scroll into it or crawl into it. But yeah, anyway, that is my pricing. So I basically price like paper, like this medium, as half of the linen and oils, despite the amount of time that I spent, simply because it's different materials. So I would say it's a great deal for how much time I spent on it. And this is basically a collection that I'm working on for my exhibition in Japan. So if you're in New Zealand, if you want to pop by for my show, I have a solo exhibition on the 17th of January here in Tokyo. So you can actually see these pieces in person. I think they're going to be pretty cool. That's what I'm working on. You guys, you're essentially seeing an early exclusive glimpse of my work before the final date. And yeah, and this whole like kind of drawing on the walls in a small temporary studio space in Tokyo. I feel like it's just makes it even more special. My studio is normally in Beijing, and I normally would not be drawing in this kind of way, like sitting on the ground. Like I probably would have like an easel and stuff like that, but I actually feel like this just makes it even more raw. So I love it. I love it. It's very human. It's very not AI. I'm a dog. I'm gonna write a song to this. Yes, you should. Moolah. Hey, I can stare into your soul and your past. Dark side, you do that every time you look at one of her pieces. Yeah, totally. I am literally exposing my soul here, guys. It's okay. My soul can handle it. Well, my soul's connected to all of yours, so you're seeing a part of all of us. Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, I ship internationally. That's not a problem. I have quite a few collectors in the States. I still don't have a collector in New Zealand yet. I have a collector from New Zealand, or a friend of mine. She's bought some things from me. But I've not shipped to New Zealand yet. I think that'd be fun. Or holding art at studio actually cost. How much does featuring a holding art at studio actually cost? What do you mean by that? Like I just didn't understand the question. How much is, like, do you mean how much does it cost to have an exhibition? Or to have a studio? I mean, studio is just like rent. It depends on how nice your studio is. And my studio, my more permanent studio is in Beijing. This one is just for the time being while I'm preparing for the solo here in Japan. Yeah. It's quite alienic, isn't it? I don't believe in chakras. But yeah, Matt, if you're interested, you can email me at eirdiscode@gmail.com. It's in my channel information. And actually, because I work in different collections. This is one collection. This black series, one collection that I'm working on for the show. But I'm gonna be like threading black lines into it. It's like it's gonna be super intricate and crazy. But if you want to see some of my other collections, you can also add me on Instagram, which is EIRDIS. And yeah, basically, if you're actually interested, you can just email me, and I could even send you PDFs of different collections. My destruction isn't chaos; it's curation. Entropy reversed through decisive subtraction. Wow, that's deep. That's good. That's really well worded, actually. Random alphabet. I know a chef who does something like organized chaos with his dishes. He's more like painter who became a chef. Ooh, I love that. That would be a fun collaboration. That's amazing. Damn, looking. Okay, so I'm just gonna give you guys. I'm gonna go wash my hands. It's looking pretty trippy, guys. I kind of like it. Okay, let me wash my hands and wait a moment, guys. Okay, I think it's looking pretty cool. Let's see. No destruction, it's in chaos. This whole art session, I'm thankful for you. Oh, thank you, aka Turkey. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. I'm happy that it's been peaceful and chaotic at the same time. It's literally me. I feel like I'm literally peaceful and chaotic. Ah, that's so good. I love it. Okay, wait. Just so you guys see the whole. It's quite nice. I think I like it quite a bit. gonna probably, yeah, I like it a lot. Washing hands. It's very quiet now. I am starting to get tired and it's 2 a.m. and I probably need a shower, but I also see things that I need to probably do in the drawing. Can we get some more likes, guys? Maybe we can get to 30. I think it's time. I think it's time to aim for 30. Let's aim for 30, guys. Let's aim for 30, guys. See here, maybe. Dial this down a little bit. Yeah, I'm getting pretty tired, guys. I still feel pretty late. I feel like I'm really lucky that my neighbors don't go to sleep until really late. It's kind of great, honestly. Okay, I think I'm gonna remove the sides of this tape and just. Oh, that's so nice. Love it. I love it. So cool. I love how it's gripping. Okay, let's put this behind. And then remove this. And put this also. Wow, I love it. I love it so much. I love the rips. I'm gonna draw over it too. Yes, like, guys. Cuttlefish graffiti. Hi, pigs and pies. Yeah. Lol, a banana's gonna make this. Definitely. Complete. Alright, guys. Thank you, Erin. Thank you, thank you. The easy part is over, the hard part is getting. Yeah, you go. Let's go attract some millionaires, shall we? Let's bring some millionaires in. Heck, let's bring some billionaires in. They can buy all my art. Alright, but guys, like this video because we are aiming to get 30 likes, and then I can go to sleep. So I'm really getting tired at this point. And I still have to shower. Still has to shower. But I feel pretty good about the work we did today. I don't think I finished this piece, but I think we have a pretty good like next layer going on, and I enjoy that very much. We are now just drawing a little bit into the parts that got removed. I think it's all part of the aesthetic. How's our like situation going, guys? Oh, 27, look at that. All right, 3 more to go. Yeah. Yes, yes. We need 3 more likes, guys. Yes, it's made of the floor is made of rental wood, guys. Why are y'all so interested in, I will say it's pretty good wood. They could have just had fake wood. No one would care. I didn't finish my tea though. I don't know if I want more caffeine in my system before I go to sleep. Alright guys, 3 more likes and I'll see you guys in a future stream. Hopefully tomorrow. I think if I do a stream tomorrow, it's going to be early. If you guys want to join me early, happy to have you. Definitely happy to have you guys on an early stream. It would be great fun. Chaos. Land of chaos. going off into the wild now. Oh my god, did we, what? 30 likes already? We got 31 likes. Okay, wow. Okay, wow. Wait 1 second. Oof, okay. Okay. Guys, it was super nice having you here with me today, and yeah, it's a party. We got 31 likes. Hey, what's up? Thank you. Shout out to random alphabet. I sometimes get it wrong. I'm like random alphabet user. I've said it in every possible way, but you guys know who I'm talking about. Thank you so much for modding this chat. I don't know if that's the official term, but you did such a good job at getting everyone to like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next chat, in my next stream, which is hopefully tomorrow. It'll be earlier because yeah, I have a meeting with the director and we're going to be going over the scenes. And then the following day I'm going to Shanghai. So yeah, in Shanghai, basically I'm going to be going from one event to the next. I'll just be socializing the whole time. So I cannot promise that I will have time to be streaming, but if I can, I will. Of course I will. Let's see. You guys are so quick at giving me those likes. I think y'all just want me to have my beauty sleep, right? Thank you. Thank y'all. Yes, I do have a confident voice because I just don't care for not being confident anymore. I'm past that era now. It's the new era of confidence. It was fun, White Cloud. Heck yeah, this was a good one. This was a really fun one. I think I also did quite a lot with the drawing. Okay, maybe I will do a random walk around Shanghai for you guys. By the way, check this out. Yeah. All right, maybe I will do that. Anyway, stay tuned, guys. And just for my fam here, I will do another live just walking around. Hopefully my internet will be good. Ooh, I should tell you that it's going to be pretty awful internet speed because I'll be using VPN. So it will continuously cut off and just be very blurry, and you might sometimes hear me, sometimes not, but we do our best. All right, guys. Good night. And yeah, you guys will be continuing to see the progress of all my artworks. You see, it takes time. It takes lots of time, but we are putting the time in, and heck yeah. All right, good night, guys. I'll see you guys very soon. Ciao. Love y'all. Bye.